Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Are you ready to be blown away? If so, stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. And I am so appreciative for all of the support that you show me every time you show up for one of my videos. You could be anywhere right now. You could be doing anything right now, but you're choosing to spend a portion of your day with me. Thank you so very much. Y'all, today it is about to get gorgeous up in here. And here's what I'm talking about. Today we're going to make a complete gift set, and we're going to make it using file folders. So if you have visited Current Catalog at all, you've probably seen these file folders on their website. Well, on this channel, file folders aren't just for filing papers. Oh no, if they're beautiful, we are going to craft them, and that's exactly what we've done here. And on the inside, we have a coordinating box, and y'all, it's filled with something oh so beautiful and oh so practical. So by taking this gift idea, making this box, making this bag, you have a complete gift that is ready to give. So y'all know what time it is? It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here is a closer look at that file folder gift bag. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? And it is large to boot. This is 11 3/4 of an inch across, 7 1/4 inches high, and 4 inches deep. This is very, very large, and we're making it using those beautiful file folders that you can find online. Guys, I know this pattern is beautiful, but you don't have to have this exact pattern. Go online, search decorative file folders, or go to currentcatalog.com and check out the file folders that they have. And here is the fabulous coordinating box that holds a very wonderful gift. So this box, when finished, measures 7 3/4 of an inch across, 2 inches high, and 5 inches deep. And it coordinates beautifully with our gift bag. So you have a complete gift set, because I'm going to share with you an awesome idea on how you can make this a complete gift set. I'm going to open this, and on the inside, you can see that I have 3 bars of wrapped soap. This is a perfect gift. We don't always have to give the big extravagant gifts. I know plenty of people who love scented soaps, and these soaps have such an awesome scent. And so if I gave them a gift like this, they would love receiving it. And then I topped it with a piece of acetate just to class it up a little bit. So here's what we're going to need to make it. So I have 2 pieces of 18-inch rope, and the rope that I used on the original bag is cloth rope that I got from Hobby Lobby. This is rope that I bought from the Dollar Tree. I thought I'd give it a try, and it's the twisted poly rope, and you get about 25 feet of rope. So we're going to see how that works in our project. Then I have a piece of 12 by 12 acetate that we'll cut down, and I will be using 4 of those beautiful file folders. And like I said, you do not have to have the file folders that I'm using in this project. There are so many more out there that you can purchase to set your project apart from everyone else's. But I do have 4 11 3/4 by 9-inch file folders. So the first thing that we need to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut these at 8 inches folded, so I can remove the tabs from the top. So I'll have 2 pieces that I'm going to do that to, because I want this to be the outside of my bag. So I am just trimming it down when it's folded to 8 inches. So now that I have trimmed them both to 8, I'm going to take the center fold and place it on 4 and trim. Save this because we can use it on another craft. There is 1/2 of our bag. Then I'll take my other piece, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to take, and when I say the center fold, I mean the natural center fold of the file folder. So I'm going to take that position it on 4, and trim. So if you didn't want to use rope handles, you could actually turn these into handles for your bag. I would just trim them down in size, but you could actually use those. Then I'm going to take some tape. You can glue if you want, but I just need to join these two together. So I am placing my tape right below that fold line, and then I'll place some tape right here. And now that I have my tape, all I'll be doing is taking this piece and placing it on top of that piece to create my one continuous piece. And guys, I apologize for the glare, but I am working with file folders that have a gloss on them. So my overhead lights are picking up that glare. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and because I am using tape, I really am not going to get an opportunity to correct this if I don't get my placement right the first time. So I'm being very careful in how I put this down. And so now that I have it down, I'll take my big old spatula and we'll just get everything nice and stuck. And you can see that this is a double-sided file folder, so you could use either side. I just happen to like these quirky lines, but of course I do have to deal with the glare. So now that we have our bag joined, I need to create my side connecting pieces. So this will be my side piece. I am going to take it, and on the 11 3/4 inch side, I am going to trim it to 9. Then I'm going to trim away that fold piece. And you can see that we're generating quite a bit of scrap. And then I'll take each one of these pieces and I'm going to trim them to 6. So I am going to have 2 pieces that measure 6 by 9 for my side pieces. And I'll score on both long sides at 1, rotate it to the opposite, score at 1, score across the bottom at 1, and then rotate it to the top side. So that's the bottom, this is the top, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. Then I'll rotate it back to the 6 inch side, and I'm going to score at 3, but when I score, I'm going to stop when I meet that score mark that I made across the bottom at 1. So I'll do it again on this one so you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to score at 1 on the 6 inch side, rotate it to the opposite 6 inch side, score at 1. Then I'll rotate it to the 9 inch side, score at 1, and that becomes the bottom. Then I'll rotate it to the opposite 9 inch side, score at 1/2 inch, that's the top. Then I'll rotate it back to the 6 inch side, score at 3, and score all the way until I reach the score mark that I made at 1. And then we just need to fold and burnish all of our scores. So when I fold and burnish, I'm going to fold and burnish this way, and then I'll take that middle score and just do it like that. And that's how I'm going to get the fold in my bag. So let's go ahead and do the other one. So I'll fold these 2 back. Then I'll take that center score and just train it to fold. Then I'll fold over the top, and I'll fold over the bottom. And so now we need to get rid of the 2 corner pieces at the bottom where we have the 1 inch score. So I'll just remove these pieces. these. And now I'll take my glue and I'm just going to glue this 1/2 inch top piece over. So we'll go ahead and get that stuck. And so now we can bring the body of our bag back in. So what we'll be doing is we're going to take this 1-inch piece and we're going to join it right here in between our score marks so that we can fold up. So I'm going to take my glue, place my glue on this, make sure that I have everything nice and even. I'm just going to bring up the sides before I actually do the permanent stick on these. And basically what I want to make sure of is that everything is fitting the way that it should. And it is. So now I can take my big old spatula and just stick everything down. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. I'm going to take my glue. You can use hot glue on this if you want. And I'm going to take this piece, put it down just like I did that first one. And then I'll bring it up to test it. When I know that I have a good fit, I'll use my big old spatula to get that stuck. And so now what I'll be doing is I'm going to place my glue all over my tab, and then I'll bring this piece up to get it stuck to this piece. Then I can lay it down. I'll go on the inside with my big old spatula and get it nice and stuck. And now I can do the same thing on this side. And then I'll bring it up. We're going to get it stuck so that it's nice and even. I can place it down, use my big old spatula to go on the inside and get this stuck. And so now we have what looks like a cake box. I am going to go ahead and add my glue to both of these pieces at the same time. And I'll come to this side and add my glue. Now I can take this piece and just bring it over, getting everything nice and matched. And I'll make sure the same thing is happening on this side. Everything nice and even, so I'm just running my fingers to make sure nothing is sticking out. Then I can do the same thing with my big old spatula. I'll go on the inside and we're going to get this stuck. Now I can take this big bag and just pinch. There we have a very beautiful bag with funky stripes. So I'm going to bring in this piece because we are going to use it in our bag, and it's a piece of scrap. So I am going to cut this scrap to 10, and then it's 10 by 4. I'm going to reduce it to 10 by 2, and I'll have two pieces that are 10 by 2, and we're going to use them on the inside to help us secure that rope. So So I'm going to bring in my rope, but I'm going to trim it just a little bit because it's too long for me. So I trim my rope to 12 inches. So I'm going to match this one because I need for it to be 12 inches as well. So now that I have my rope, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my glue gun and go on the inside of my bag, and I'm going to place some hot glue. This is just going to be the easiest way for me to do this. So there's the hot glue. Hopefully you can see that hot glue on the inside. Then I'm going to take the rope and just place the rope in the hot glue. And now we have our little rope handle. All right, so once we have that handle glued in, so all I'm going to do now is take my hot glue and I'm going to add hot glue to this piece. And I'm going to take it and just place it on top of the pieces of rope. So they are now nice and stuck on the inside. We're going to flip it over and do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm going to try to match my handle positions. And then I'll take my handle and just place it in that hot glue. And I'll place this one in the hot glue as well. And one thing that I did notice is that I didn't get my handles placed exactly centered. But y'all, I cannot let little things like that stress me. I used to, but I don't anymore. So now I'll take this piece. I am going to add my glue to it and we cover those straps. So I am just going to add my glue, being very generous with this hot glue. Now I'll take this piece and when I put it in, I'm just putting it in on top of that rope and pressing it down. And now my rope is not going anywhere. And so there we have our super cute gift bag. We're going to make our box. So again, we're going to take our folded file folder and reduce it to 8. Then we'll open it. And we'll score at 2, at 7, and at 9. Then we'll rotate it to the opposite long end and score at 2 again. Then we're going to rotate it to the 11 3/4 inch side and we're going to score at 2. And I'll flip it so that I can complete that 2 score on the 11 3/4 inch side. Then I'll flip it this way, score at 2 as far as my scoreboard will go. Then I'm going to take it, flip it this way, and score at 2 until I meet that original 2 scores. So now I'm going to fold and burnish all of my scores. And now we'll have this center flap that we need to cut out. So we're going to cut up to the score mark and drag down. And then we'll angle just a little bit. And we're also going to reduce this in size just a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. So we'll go up to the score mark and drag straight down. Go over to the score mark, drag straight down. We're going to go ahead and do an angle in and angle in here and reduce. Then we'll come to our corner pieces, and with your piece facing you like this, you have two corner pieces here. Go up to the score mark and drag straight down and then do a slight angle. Do the same thing over here. Go to the score mark, drag straight down, do a slight angle. Rotate it and do the same thing on this end. So with your piece facing you like this, go to that score mark and drag straight down and angle. Go to the score mark, drag straight down and angle. So now we are ready to put this together. So I am going to take my glue, place my glue on this tab, bring it over, and join it with the front of my box. So make sure that everything is nice and tight and crisp with your corners. Then I'll stand it up and just smooth that out. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go ahead and place our glue. Take this piece and join it with this piece. We are looking for as tight of a corner as we can get. Then I'll take my big old spatula, smooth that out. We'll make our way to the opposite end. Add our glue. And I'm just going to go ahead and add the glue for this piece as well. We'll bring these pieces up. Use my big old spatula to go in and get that nice and stuck. Do the same thing here, just making sure that my corners are as tight and as crisp as they can possibly be. And guys, if you want to sell at a craft fair, that's important. Make sure that you are putting your best foot forward and giving your best to the people who are willing to spend their money with you. So now we have these pieces. I am just going to add a little bit of glue to both of these. And I will join them to this piece. Go on the inside with my big old spatula, get that stuck, and I'll do the same thing with this piece. Get it nice and joined, go on the inside and get it stuck. And now we can take our lid, bring it over the top, and you can see that we have a nice snug fit on this. This is exactly what we want. I'm going to grab my oval hole punch because I want to punch a hole so that you'll know which end to open. And I got this hole punch from Tuesday Morning a year or two ago, and it might be about 2 inches, but you can see that when I punch that hole, now you know that if you're opening this box, that is where you open it. So now I'm going to bring in my soap bars and place them in. This soap actually belongs to my sister Denise. She brought a box over to me and told me I could use it in my crafts if I wanted. And of course I said yes. It's gorgeous, so it fits in this box perfectly. You can get 3 of these bars of soap in this box, and the soap bars themselves are about 4 inches by 2.5 inches. So you can get 3 of these in this box, and they are just beautiful all by themselves. But of course we want to go ahead and add just a little bit of acetate so that when you open this box, you have that professional boutique look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my 12 by 12 acetate and I'm going to cut it at 10 5/8. By 4 7/8. So that's 10 5/8 by 4 7/8. So then I'm going to place it in, and I am going to score on the 10 5/8 inch side at 1 1/2. And acetate is very firm, so you need to be very firm with your score. I'm going to rotate it to the opposite 10 5/8 inch side and score at 1 1/2. Then I'll take this and I am just going to burnish my score on both ends. And hopefully I'll be able to slide this over the top of my bars of soap. And yes, that is a beautiful fit. So if you make this box, trim your acetate to 10 5/8 by 4 7/8 and score at 1 1/2 on both ends of that 10 5/8 inch side, and you will have a most beautiful fit. Now, for my sister Denise, I know that you're watching. You really don't think that you're getting this back, do you? Of course you don't. Thank you so much for donating these soaps to my crafting projects and donating these soaps to my luxurious bath that I'll be taking tonight. So I'm bringing that gift bag back in, and I'm just going to add a flower or two to the top because I think it's cute. And so y'all, I have raised my camera so that you can see this beautiful gift set. We have a gorgeous, gorgeous gift bag, and then we have this most beautiful way of presenting soaps or anything else that you would want to give to someone as a gift. So I am going to close this, and we're going to take it and place it in our bag so that you can see that we do have an awesome fit. Definitely able to carry this because the handles are in there nice and secure. You can even add some other little goodies to this, and then you can take some of your scrap and make a custom card or a tag for this bag. So I am going to bring the first bag back in, and I'll try to see if I can bring in the second box of our soap. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in, but there is all of our goodness. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, quick and easy way that we can take our file folders and turn them into a gift ready to give. If you have liked this video, if it has inspired you, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.